Greetings, I'm Dee Ellis, author of the book, The Last Monkey is the One Who Drowns, published by Westbow Press. Today we're beginning a series of videos that I'm calling Everyday Miracles. Do you believe in miracles? Has something miraculous happened in your life? What is a miracle? I believe a miracle is an event that is unexplainable in our natural, ordinary world, or even by scientific means. Years ago, I was listening to a sermon by Chuck Swindoll, and he said he prayed that God would make his life unexplainable. I thought that was an interesting concept, so I prayed the same prayer. Several events have happened in my life that fit that profile, and I want to share them with you. The first I'm calling Nightmare on 4th Street. We're so connected to our smartphones now, aren't we? We now no longer know the addresses and phone numbers of our friends and family. We just ask Siri. Most of our work communication is located on our phones. If we destroy or lose a phone, it would be like a nightmare. It'd be a crisis. I work in a 10-story building, and my studio is on the 3rd floor. June 28th, 2019 was the fateful day, and it was early evening. Everyone had left the building except myself and Josh. Josh was working in the office. I stepped on my way out to speak with him, and apparently I laid my phone on top of my rolling briefcase and I forgot it was there. I called the elevator, I rode down, and I exited the building to the car. I wanted to call my husband and tell him I was on the way, so I pushed the button in the car to have a hands-free call, but the car answered me. No phone found. That couldn't be. I was sure I had my phone. I went back to the building and searched all over my studio. Everywhere in the hallway, in the entry area, Josh helped me look, but it was nowhere in sight. Modern technology has assistance for times like these. So I went back to my studio and I asked my computer, find my iPhone. Josh called to me, I hear it beeping, but it sounds like it's in the elevator shaft. We're on the 3rd floor and there's a basement. That makes 4 stories with a concrete floor at the bottom. Whenever I'd gotten on the elevator, I'd never paid attention to the little crack between the floor and the actual elevator. In reality, it might be just like a little opening, but it went straight to the abyss. Sure enough, I'd rolled my bag into the elevator and my phone had slid off my bag into that narrow slit and down, down, down to the concrete floor below. I was sure it was destroyed. I was leaving the next day to go out of town, so it was not a good time. Josh had to leave, but he called security to come and help me out. I waited by the door, dreading what I was going to find at the bottom of the shaft. The officer was very kind, but he firmly let me know that he had never had anyone drop their phone down an elevator shaft before. He opened the doors with the key and climbed down the ladder to the bottom of the shaft. There it was, my phone. The case had come off. It was in 3 pieces, but the phone was lying face up on a piece of paper that was on the floor. It was not scratched, dented. The screen was fine. The glass screen protector wasn't even broken. This is not an advertisement for an iPhone 7 Plus being indestructible. I don't believe Apple guarantees that they can fall 4 stories on the concrete and not be harmed. So how do I explain this? Psalm 91:11 says, For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. Maybe my angel caught the phone on the way down? After all, Hebrews 1:14 says, Are not all angels ministering spirits sent to serve those who will inherit salvation? That's my best theory, that I was protected from harm, because the front part of my case was broken, the case had come off, but the phone was totally fine. I was able to use the phone every day for my business until last year when I got a new phone, and I gave that one to my husband, and 3 years now after the elevator fall, he's still using that phone and it still works. I know this miracle is not as significant as a lame man suddenly being able to walk or Jesus feeding the 5,000 people with 5 barley loaves and 2 fish. But it was my God showing me that the little details in my life matter to Him. And it was God making my life unexplainable. You can find The Last Monkey is the One Who Drowns at Westbow Press's website, or on Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com, or wherever fine books are sold.